So today we're in the section or the subdivision called Planters Pointe. It is kind of high up on Highway 41, but very close to, or almost across the street from the entrance to Dunes West, so it takes you out onto Park West. This neighborhood goes to Park West schools, and what's nice about it is it has a really beautiful clubhouse and amenity center. It's an Olympic-sized swimming pool, tennis courts, and a really nice play park. And there's also tons of walking trails throughout the community that would go by ponds, and it's a beautiful neighborhood. So now we're entering the main section of Planters Pointe, and Planters Pointe actually consists of several subsections. Some are here, just like Smokerise, and then also you have other subsections, but the one interesting thing about Planters Pointe is that they have a main subdivision here on where we are now in this main subdivision, but then they also have another subdivision, or parts of the subdivision, subsections that are set up in Rivertown. The subsections that are in Rivertown do share the pool and the amenities with this main subdivision of Planters Pointe, although they share a completely different main entrance. So there are three sections of Planters Pointe that are actually situated inside of Rivertown. And the first one here is High Marsh. These homes are either brick facade with vinyl siding or vinyl siding homes. Some have a more traditional look and some have a low country feel with the full front porches. These homes range in price anywhere from, I'd say, $350 all the way up to $550. They have really nice lot sizes, and so that makes this area of Planters Pointe desirable. And the homes were built starting around 2000 all the way up to about 2005. So as I mentioned before, there are some other sections of Planters Pointe that are in Rivertown. One being here, this one, Indigo Chase. Indigo Chase is a section of homes in Planters Pointe that are built as elevated homes. In fact, they're still building. There are some home sites available for new construction here in this subsection of Planters Pointe. So these will be a little bit higher end than the ones in the main section because they have the hardy plank siding, the elevated construction, and they tend to be a bit larger than the homes in the main section of Planters Pointe. Prices range anywhere from, I'd say, $450 and up to about $650 in this section. So this is the section of Saltwood here in Planters Pointe. This is another one of the subsections of Planters Pointe that's in Rivertown. And so although this is inside of Rivertown, it actually is part of Planters Pointe, and so they share a pool and all of the amenities with the main subdivision of Planters Pointe. These homes are mostly brick facades. Some have hardy plank siding and some have vinyl siding. And also some of these homes are situated along the Marsh, which kind of gives them a higher end feel than some of the other homes in any community. The marsh views are nice and peaceful, so this is a really nice community. Prices range anywhere from, I'd say, $400 up to $600,000. So now we're in the section called Thornewood at Planters Pointe, and this is a small little subsection in Planters Pointe. Many of these homes were built as one-story construction, but you also have the two-story larger homes as well. These are a little bit newer than the main sections of Planters Pointe that we've driven through earlier, and so they tend to have a little bit nicer finishes on the inside. What I like a lot about this section is that the lots are a really nice size, especially on the right side. They back up to woods rather than other houses, which is kind of a nice feature of these homes here in Thornewood. Now we're heading into this subsection of Planters Pointe called Cotton Creek. This is more of a kind of a patio home community where you have much smaller homes. Typically they are one story in size. Some are two, but most of them are one story. Some of the homes behind here actually have this nice long pond with walking trails that go all the way into Rivertown. So it's kind of a nice amenity for this little section because you have some really great trails for walking and biking and things like that. And you can kind of see that the trails go along behind this pond here. And the pond actually is man-made, but they've set it up so as it goes behind these homes, it kind of looks more like a canal. But as you can see, these homes are much smaller, so the price point's a little better. They range anywhere from $230 to $350, $400, depending on the condition of the home. Vinyl siding built in 2000 to about 2005, these homes. So now we're in the subsection of Planters Pointe called Smokerise, and these homes are a little bit larger in size, and they have vinyl siding, and some have some brick veneer. They're all built on a high crawl space, and they actually tend to be fairly large homes. I've seen some with even 6 bedrooms. So typically you'll see them with 4, 5, and 6 bedrooms in this subsection of Planters Pointe. And the prices can range anywhere from, I'd say, the high 3s all the way up to $500,000 in this subsection.